The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A first down throw for Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
We got four.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. On third down, Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins, and he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3. At the Steelers'
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Double tight. Easy.
Quaker Omaha.
Showing it.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
You ain't going nowhere.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. First carry for James Conner. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 50-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. 20! And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check it backer. Check it backer. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. He's coming. Double up. Double up.
They'll run here with Conner. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the Vikings 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Check 31. Check 31. Check. Check 43.
Again, it'll be Conner. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Watch the pass. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, alert 3, alert.
Hey, alert.
Turn it up.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
So So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Boswell's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike. Single.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock. He probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now Ben going to give this one to counter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, second and long. On second down, Connor looking for space. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Finds his running back, James Conner. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Switch it. Switch it. Switch it.
They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 10. Good for a Steeler first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, it's Samuels. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Check, watch QB4, watch QB4. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
On second down, it's Connor. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Black 20.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
On third down, it's Connor. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Cousins to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Steelers.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
All right, now. 2:30.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdown. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, 44 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen will operate
under pressure again, and down he goes again. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Washington's got him. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you not got too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
4 down.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, Emerson Griffin.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 56 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Next to score, Steelers 10, Vikings 7. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Mike, 55.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Pittsburgh.
Black 80!
Rapid.
On first down, Connor. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Mike 5-4.
Again, it's Connor. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Jim. Whip. Watch the whip.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
He's coming. We got double up.
Roethlisberger will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a 1-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play. A turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick six, fourth quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Again, a run with Connor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the safety creep. Safe. Here we go.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Switch. He's checking.
From the 41, Roethlisberger. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
On first down, Samuels. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. This entire defensive unit, Charles, they've really put in a good shift tonight, so to speak.
I like how you phrased that. This has been a good shift. They punched the clock the entire evening. They ought to have shirts that have their names on them in the front to let them know these are blue-collar workers who are getting it done.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
Now Cousins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. One last shot now for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.